let's get this party started. See you later.
Not really. Not see you later. Hello. So, this thing's fun. Um, I love this so much. Not as much as my theremin. The theremin was amazing. I love the theremin so much. I remembered when, like, I was so happy because I learned how to play Bela Lugosi's Dead on the theremin. Um, and then stuff got more weird and scary. But anyway, and then I had to sell my theremin for like really low. That sucked, but I'll get another one. Things are starting to things are starting to get better, but also more weird. But also, what do you do about it? Just focus on the good. That's what to do about it. Yeah, so we focus on the good, and when you focus on the good, you'll have more good to focus on. It's really kind of simple, it's very simple. Um, and vice versa. If you're focusing on the negative, there's going to be more negative to focus on. This isn't my opinion. This is universal law. It's the way that things work. And so, you know, I wish I would have known this a long time ago. Although it's been crazy. It's been really crazy. Being me. Very, you know, you know how our lives are. It's very supernatural. And then it's like when you explain this stuff to people, they discredit you. But also there's the programs, and so the programs are designed so that we could be discredited and ganged up on and all that stuff. However, those days are over. Because we all have each other now, and I know that, deep down, it's like we want to help in the ways that we're here to help. But sometimes it can be so difficult, depending on the person who that it is, and, there's all types of help. But really, truly, at this point in history, the help that people need is spiritual help. I have had to go through so very much to get to a point to truly understand what's going on. And there's still things that I still have questions about. But always I'm curious. Always I try to seek answers. And so that's what I do, And it's been crazy. The world, Earth, you know. But I hope everything is going good for everyone. I really do hope so. I always think about everybody in the world. It's weird because I don't know everybody in the world, but it doesn't matter anymore about if you feel misunderstood, because everything is about to be understood. And I know it's been really tough for a lot of us, but everything that we were promised will happen. Also, I want to speak about, it's a very serious time to, well, I mean, it's always been a serious time to do this, but especially right now with everything that's going down, everything that's happening right now, everything that's about to happen. It is a extremely serious time that you focus and speak and think as much as you can on just giving people peace and giving yourself peace, okay? But also, there's a lot of factors in that, okay? So, we've got a lot of, it's the programs, it's a lot of manipulation, it's a lot of people who have been misled, and this has been happening always. It's been happening always in the world. It's so crazy, but I do feel that things are getting better because I could see that. I could feel it, and I really do have to just take things one day at a time because truly that's just what to do because we're not promised tomorrow. We wake up in the morning and thinking about stuff we have to do during the day. You don't know if you're going to even if you're going to even be here to do those things. I mean, that's why I have really learned to slow down in life. And, in my life, I was that way. I was just a natural peacemaker, going through everything, trying to enjoy one day at a time. And then there's just been situations that get really intense, really chaotic. I don't like to talk about all the stalking and stuff like that, but it's been a huge part of it. But speaking of that, I wanted to talk about forgiveness, how important that is. Because truly, like, when you hear people say, like, forgiveness is for you, not for the person that you're forgiven, that is true. I used to go to a church some years ago, and they were speaking about forgiveness, and I was just at a very, well, which I thought at that point was the lowest point of my life. And I was like, I can't function because I'm carrying around so much pain and just so much like thoughts of how I have been dehumanized by people, things like that. And it was bleeding over into other parts of my life. It was bleeding over into every part of my life, And then I really, really talked to God, and I said, with every fiber in my being, I truly forgive everything that has ever happened to me so that I can move forward with my life and so that other parts of my life can move forward so that people in my life could move forward with me, When I did that and I truly, truly meant it, I had this nerve damage always in my life. I still have it now, again. And I woke up in the morning on the day after I had that talk with God. Also on that day, and that day was March 10th, 2022 or 2023. I'll let you know. Right now, I cannot even. Time is going by so fast and everything. It's hard to know what day it is, what time it is, anything like that. But so when I woke up on March 11, my nerve damage was completely gone out of my hand. I was so shocked. I could not believe it. I felt like it was not real because it had been constantly continuous my whole life. Like, I couldn't do anything without having tremors. But it was gone, and it was so shocking to me. I was so excited, and I wanted to tell everybody about it, but it was like I couldn't believe it, so much so that I washed my hand for 3 days before I even said anything to anyone. And so when I shared that information with the person I was married to and my kids, I had never felt so happy in my whole life. I started to be so much happier, and it just felt like I had a whole brand new life. Now, with the spiritual battle, here's what happened about that. When that did happen to me, and I felt better than I had been in my whole life, it was great at first for a little bit of time. And then I started to see things that I could not believe. I felt like I was losing my mind. I felt like I was tripping. But what happened was I really was able to see the spirit world and what it truly was doing. And then I started getting attacked really bad. It's been crazy. But yeah, I was gonna come on here and I was gonna talk about. Someone had asked me earlier. They looked at a video that I had about Robert the Bruce and Elizabeth de Burgh, and we talked about Scotland. And they asked me about Admiral Byrd, and I explained about, well, I didn't explain really a lot, but so I was gonna come on here to make a video about that, about Admiral Byrd, about when I woke up from the coma, and I wanted to research genetics, but I didn't know how to explain it because I didn't know what genetics was. It was just like I woke up feeling that way. But, so yeah, my stuff's pretty interesting. Very many people are interested in things that have happened to me, and I want to share my testimony. I have been, but it is so much. It is so much to share that it just feels like I could talk from now into eternity forever and still not have enough time to fully get it out. It's been a lot, and I mean, and I'm not even like old yet. Like, I'm still young, but it's already been a lot. But yeah, about the genetic part of it. So, and truly, like with the spiritual battle, this is a battle of bloodlines. Now, there are some things that I don't like to speak on because I don't ever want to give misinformation or give somebody wrong answers to anything. So, on some of the things that people ask me, I can't quite fully explain it. I'll have to look into it more. But, yeah. It's just a lot, is what I'm trying to say. I always want to get on here. I want to talk. I want to share information that I think could help people. But it's just so crazy. Because sometimes I think, and this is not me being arrogant or this is not being any way, but sometimes I just, sometimes I just think, well, how did they don't know this? How did they not know this? But then again, it's very complicated. There's so much to say. And, I just want everybody to be kind because it's the safest thing that you can do right now. And like I said, so many people have been misled. that it truly is not their fault fully. Maybe for the, just what is happening. I don't know. I really don't know. It's like right now, we wake up in a new world every single day. That is how quickly things are changing. Sometimes it's changing during the day in front of your eyes in 5 minutes of time, you know? But we got people handling up on that, and I'm doing my best to do what I can. And sometimes it's difficult, but it's getting easier every day. It's just really crazy that all this has happened, and man, it's just really crazy. But Earth is a school. We're here to learn. So you come down here to learn all you can about how to treat people. You treat people how you want to be treated. It's simple. The happiest people I've seen in my life are not the people that come from old money or any of that crap. Not celebrities, anyone. Those people, while the world tries to make it seem to you that those people are happy, they're miserable. The happiest people and the most fulfilled people I have ever seen in my life are people who are kind to everyone. So that's what I want to be. Because number one, I just want to be kind. Because that's how naturally I feel. But also, I just want to make sure that I am in where I'm supposed to be. Go where I'm supposed to be going. It's weird to me that it could even be any other way. But I feel like the programs are over. They're over with me anyway. Unless it's anything positive, Also since I've not been online so much, my dreams and telepathy, strength with other people working on the same cosmic mission has been so incredibly just that there's not words sometimes for this stuff. It's not words because it's a feeling. It truly is a feeling. There's no words that could express even how I feel, which is why I feel sometimes like, why do I even have a YouTube channel anymore? But also, I'm probably supposed to get off of YouTube and just go to Rumble because the internet's getting ridiculous. The AI's getting ridiculous. It's like I'll come on here to look for a video on a topic and it's just AI. That's not what I'm looking for. Some people are, and I'm not throwing shade or anything. Some people are already taken over by AI. I know I was on here looking scared about 2 years ago when I was telling people that. I was like, they're already taken over. Some people are, but I feel like it's gonna all end good. I feel like you know, but there's going to have to be a whole lot more disclosure happening. And it's not going to be the government to give disclosure. It's going to be all of us, you know, and that's what it has been. You know, you got, you know, when you look at it, you know, just got like whistleblowers, but you got, I mean, also, and I respect the heck out of those guys, you know, but also you have real people on a real cosmic mission that is real, that if you're reading I don't know. See, it's like I have to be careful what I say because I don't want to look like I'm coming across any negative way, because I'm not. I'm not. I love everybody. But, you know, also, you know, where does it end as far as people suffering? I'm sick of seeing people suffering. My whole life I've been sad and crying because missing children, I have always been so concerned about missing children my whole entire life. Not of me getting kidnapped, but I have been concerned, like, and thinking, you know, like, where are all these missing people? Where are they? You know, we know what's going on about it now, and it explains to me why I have always felt that way. People being set up. I've always been very concerned about that because I've been seeing that happening my whole life in cases that, you know, you don't find out the person is set up on death row until, you know, 20 years after. And then everybody knows, like, oh, hey, you know, I'm like, it's crazy, you know, because the whole time I never really had anybody to talk to about a lot of the stuff because that I was feeling or going through because I couldn't explain it. I couldn't even explain it to myself. But so I'm glad we can talk now. I'm glad. I love you all. Sometimes my phone's off, but I'm still here. Yeah, like, it's just been so much though. I took care of a lot of stuff today though, getting stuff taken care of. I gotta get my life back on track, you know. I mean, I want everybody to be happy and, you know, everything, but I gotta take care of me too. And I kind of never have because I've kind of had the design to where I always felt like I was like rescuing someone. Or even when it wasn't that I wanted to, I would be like, I would end up in a situation to where the situation ended up that way. I would be like trying to rescue this person, trying to help this person, and I'm like, I feel, I feel that, I don't know. It's just been a lot. But anyway, I think I'm gonna write some now. I'm trying to work on a book again. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I love everybody. Focus on peace for yourself, for others. If you can't focus on peace, try focusing on peace for other people, and then maybe you can have peace within yourself. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore to people. It's just getting really crazy. But also, a lot of changes are happening that are positive, but still, I am just always concerned for people. But a lot of people will get offended about stuff, which is weird because, like, when you know you're on a mission, I mean, I know the mission is gonna go. We're in end game now. So won't be much longer that things will be so hard. Like I said, my stuff is already getting better. Um, but I'm just concerned. And I just want to be able to get my life back, and for everybody else, ones of us that has gone through, you know, similar types things, to be able also to get just a brand new lease on life, because I know everyone deserves it, you know. I'm not sad.